If you have been feeling the pull to be seen, to speak up, and to lead more boldly, this is your sign. On August 8th, which is the Lionsgate portal, I'm hosting a live podcast experience in Denver, Colorado, that is all about unlocking your next level of authentic leadership, visibility, and impact. We are gathering a room full of visionaries, leaders, creatives, and entrepreneurs who are done playing small and ready to own the spotlight. This is going to be real talk, embodied power, and we are really going to be aligning with the next version of you that knows why you're here and is leading with mission and impact. We are going to be having a live podcast conversation, unfiltered insight on how to lead and stand out in the new paradigm, and there will be a room full of aligned humans to connect with, collaborate with, and grow with. This will be more than an event or just a live podcast. This will be a portal into the next level of power, leadership, and impact, and you are being invited to walk through it. So tickets are now on sale. We have limited seats available. Again, August 8th at Kiln in Denver from 3 to 7 p.m. Please grab your ticket. This will be my first, definitely not my last, but my first live podcast experience with you all and the community. So make sure you grab your ticket. The link will be in the show notes of the episode, as well as on my Instagram, TikTok, and everywhere else. What's up, and welcome back to Let's Get Weird with your host, me, Sam Altieri. Today on the podcast, we have Shawna Poliziani, who is above all an artist. She's been through every phase of the typical artist's life, from growing up as a weird kid to creating a $1 million design agency based in graphic design. Impressive at first glance, but through it all, she shared that nothing quite felt like home. 15 years later, she's come back to the basics of self-expression and connection through founding the Artists' Emancipation, a place for artists to remember exactly how powerful they are. Our conversation takes so many twists and turns down the rabbit holes of what it means to be a leader, to be a channel, and to actually use the divine to create. And I know that you are going to absolutely love this episode. She is such a wild card in the best possible way. So without further ado, let's dive into the episode and let's get into the juice. Let's get weird. Shawna, welcome to Let's Get Weird.
Yeah, let's
Shit's about to get weird.
I can cuss, right?
I just said shit. Look who you're talking to.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? How are you?
I'm good, honestly. I'm going through a lot right now, but we can get into that. Like business, personal wise. But it's been a minute since I've talked to you, and I'm so excited. I'm just so happy to see your face.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm so happy to see you. I do. I think that's kind of maybe subconsciously or intuitively why I wanted to have you on. I was like, I feel like you're in the midst of a huge like identity and like rebirth and just following the call of your soul. And like, we always end up going there on Let's Get Weird. Like everyone's always in the midst of some fucking transition. And that's like, I mean, that's life though. You know, like when are we not dying and being reborn?
It's bad. I feel like especially like empathic people, like I know you are too. It's just like we feel even the slightest bit of uncomfortableness and we're like, okay, like I got to shift it. What's going on? You know what I mean? So it's like, it could be the smallest shit, but you're like, this just changed my whole personality.
Yeah. No, dude, I mean, I feel that. I've shared very vulnerably on the show. Like I was in the coaching industry for like 8 years. And then at a certain point I was like, get me out. This is not it for me. And it was this like, but who am I without that identity? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now really just claiming like, yeah, man, this is it. Like we're doing this. Like Let's Get Weird is like the thing. And my agency is the thing. And yeah, you know?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No, that's exactly what I'm going through too. It was like, for those who don't know me listening to this, I've been a graphic designer for the past 12 years. And that's what my identity relies on, right? Is like, I've built this business. I was successful with it. And yet here I am fucking hating it. So it's like, okay, well, what's the shift? Like, what do I need to do in order to get to the point where I'm excited to like wake up and work every day? And I say work in quotations because it shouldn't feel like work. You know?
Yeah. That, I think what you just said right there is like something that so many people can relate to. And I know I have gone through that too. And it's so disorienting, honestly, because you're like, okay, I've created all this success. I have this reputation. People know me as this thing. And you know you're really good at it. Like, that's the other thing is like, you know you're fucking good at it. And you're like, am I an idiot for like abandoning this thing? Like,
Yeah.
it's like we start going internal of like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, why can't I just like do the thing like
Yeah.
everyone else seemingly just does, you know?
Yeah.
And oh,
Yeah, and we're in a really unique position too, where it's like we've already gone against the mainstream of we don't have 9 to 5s. We've already broke out of the matrix, so to speak. And to already do that and to still feel some type of way, like, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like I'm still not getting it, right? And for me, and you're an artist too, so you'll understand this, but it's like if you pressure an artist to create 24/7, they're going to get fucking burnt out. And this is what I've realized over the past 3 months. And we're going to get angry. And for
mm,
me, I'm very much grounded in my work. Like I'm fucking, my astrology is like all Pisces and Capricorn. Okay. So I'm very like fucking split. I'm like, I'm dreamy, but I'm also, I get shit done. Right. So like
yeah,
for me, it was more of like, well, I built this thing. I can't let it go because it's so impressive. And I put so much work into this. And it got to the literal point where I was resentful. I was like, I'm not going to create to tell myself a fuck you because the kid in me is like, I don't want to do this out of pressure anymore. I want to do this
yeah,
out of enjoyment, out of fun, out of play. And that's fucking creation, right? So that's what I was missing. And that's why I've decided, like, I'm not giving it up completely because there is a part of me that I like love design, but I'm very choosy about who I work with now, and eventually, like, it will be very private. So,
yeah. That is so well. Also, I just want to give you like a huge congratulations, like to getting yourself to the point where you can do that, where you're in that position, where like what a testament to how much you've grown to as an artist and a creative and like
yeah.
just so cool.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
just kudos, baby. um, but you said something that like I want to riff on a little bit too, and then I want to get into like your journey and like kind of what that's been like.
Sure.
But you were talking about the artist and the creative like not feeling like you need to be like forced creation, right?
Yeah.
And I think that like I come from an architecture background. I think you knew that. I'm not sure.
I did know.
But
Yes.
okay, so like I have the architect, the designer, the photographer, the videographer, like the creator, right? And then
Mhm.
when you start to build a business, I think that when we look, especially in like the online space,
Mhm.
when we see content being created, we see it very robotically. Like, and even the messaging around it is like create content every day, put out a piece of content, put out 3 pieces of content a day, put out 12. And it's like, oh my God, like, no,
Yeah.
and I've had this conversation with my students in the green room because they're all building brands and using voices and all of that, and
Yep.
definitely more on the artistic spectrum and the creativity and the healing, like that side.
Yes.
But they're being inundated with messages around like the entrepreneurs who are like, show up when you don't feel like it,
Mm.
and there's truth to that too. Like it's that fine line of like, okay, like yes to consistency, but also like art is art and creativity is creativity. And if we look at big artists, like we'll use Taylor Swift, right? As just like one of the biggest artists, she is not creating a new song every week. Like she's coming out with an album every what? Like I don't know how often. Every 6 months, every year. Like it
Look,
takes
I don't
her.
know Taylor Swift's life. Okay.
I don't either. I literally don't really listen to her. Like I will if it comes on, sure, but like I never actively pursue listening to her.
Right.
But she's
Right.
a genius businesswoman. But
Absolutely.
the point I'm making is she is somebody who is really in the spotlight. She's really big. She is an artist, clearly. She has been inundated with a completely different set of messages, whereas I think our like the rising creatives have been inundated with create every day and force the
Yeah.
creation. And that gets really harmful because then it like dilutes our power and our message. And so I'm like trying to also personally figure out how to manage that because it's like I don't want to squash the creativity, but I also want to keep showing up and doing the thing, you
Oh,
know?
100%. 100%. And what I've learned, so this is something like, I don't know if you know this, but I'm like training to be a speaker. And this is like in my keynote speech, but it's like
No,
the difference.
I didn't know this.
Oh, babes, it's
Wait,
about to get big up in here.
shut
Yeah, no.
up.
So the difference of like, I call it creation versus making. So if you
Mm,
show up and you're making something, you're literally following instructions. You have shit in front of you. It's like, I can post this, this, and this. I know it's going to be a reel. Like all these things, you have a layout, you have a general guidance. It's like getting a content calendar, like you know what you're fucking doing. Is it creating? No, because you can make a cake, right? You can go and get instructions, you can get the ingredients. You're not going to fuck it up, right? If you just show up online, you're not going to fuck it up. You can
yeah,
post anything you want. In order to create, you have to be playful. You have to be experimenting. This is the shit, this is the content that gets reactions because people aren't seeing it anywhere else. So if you show
mm,
up playing, experimenting, showing people a fun side of you, getting into it and just having fun, you're creating. And
yeah,
that's what's going to draw people in, not so much the making, which it's a fine line in the online industry though, because you do have to show up, you do have to keep the consistency going. So I completely understand making in that regard, right? It's like you're just getting shit done at that point. But
right.
make sure that you're showing up and creating every once in a while,
Yeah,
because that's shit that's like, she's doing something different. I don't see anybody doing that. Like, what the fuck's
yeah,
she doing? And that's the fucking draw.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that layer of innovation and disruption and experimentation is truly like the secret sauce in
Yeah.
order to build a brand that outlasts the test of time and also that outlasts AI. Like I truly believe that
Don't get me fucking
like
started on it, bro.
I honestly I love AI as a tool, but the creation itself needs to precede the I believe. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
we we are channels, like any creative. It doesn't matter what you create. If you write, if you design, if you speak, if you podcast, if you help people heal, if you facilitate, like that's who listens to the show. You are a channel. You are a channel for, let's say, the divine, okay? We are getting like information and ideas that have never been created before. And when we act on those ideas, I feel like that is where all the magic is. We don't
Yeah.
get those ideas when we like are on ChatGPT. Like, sure, chat can like give us ideas off of our ideas, but I
Yeah.
don't believe that like I would have never received the idea from ChatGPT to create my membership called the Green Room. It was like
It's,
that was fucking channeled to me in the middle of a dance party in my living room
yep.
while I was with my
When you
team.
were
And I was like,
playing and having fun. Go figure.
exactly.
Go figure. Yeah. Yeah. People think
Exactly.
that creation is like this, and I love that you're saying it's part of the divine because just like, guess what my speech is called?
I don't know, something divine.
The commandments of divinity. That's what it's called.
Oh, wait. Are
Because
you
we're
the one that
literally
has a
channeled.
tattoo? Do you have a tattoo that says divinity? I thought you fucking did. Ah!
Right across my chest, which I did not know at the time of getting it that it would, be my
Wow.
whole life come to pass. But um, there is something to the process of creation because it comes to you in those moments of play, in those moments of passion, of having fun. Whereas a lot of people think it's like, all right, I'm gonna sit down at this desk and I'm gonna fucking get an idea and I'm gonna build it out all right now. And it's like, bro, good for you if you can create something like that. But when there is pressure, when there is societal fucking norms that you're working against, like that shit doesn't come easily. One, because you're not listening to God. And I don't give a
Yeah.
shit what God you believe in. You got to channel that shit in. It's going to show you. And I have you ever read Big Magic? I
I
forget
was
who.
gonna quote her. That's so
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. But it's like these little ideas come to you, and you can choose to react to them
Yes.
or let them pass, right? So it's like
Yep.
those are the moments where you're kind of in control because you can be like, oh yeah, I want to act on that, and like you just, for me, I just fucking know. Like that's
Yep.
my gift. I know and I see. Like if something hits me and I'm like, I'm into it. I'm into it, and I'm gonna fucking act on it.
Yeah. I knew you were a channel when I saw your video or when I saw your graphics. I knew it. Like I didn't even have to talk to you. I was like, "Oh, that is not of this earth." Like
Yeah, it's
it
very interesting because I would have never told you that, but 2 years ago. Now I'm like, yeah, fuck, dude. I don't know where that shit comes from. I know it comes from aliens.
yes.
But it's like my creation process, like a lot, and this is the fun thing about creativity because everybody has their different process, right? Mine is
Yeah.
like I see maybe a little glimpse, especially in graphics, a glimpse of what it might look like, but my creation happens in the doing. So
Yeah.
it's like I don't specifically know what it's going to end up like, but like I see it through the process and it just like fucking flows. And that's where I'm really good at letting shit just like come out. Other people see the full end result and they just execute it. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. That's dude, okay, I got to tell you something. So I think I've shared this on the show. Next year, Lionsgate 0808
Yeah.
2026. Okay? Clear your calendar. Put it on your calendar, like take out your phone right now, like fucking put it on your calendar. I'm hosting an event in Red Rocks
Ooh.
in Colorado called Frequency Fest. And it's basically going to be a bunch of artists and creatives and visionaries and leaders and just like epic humans. And you have to come on my stage. I'm just telling you publicly on this
Bro,
podcast.
that gives me all full over body chills. Like I'm not even shitting you. I would 10 out of 10 do it.
Okay,
Like
well, I'm telling you right now, you're coming on my stage.
done. Fucking done.
Because
Done and a half.
I want you to talk about the creative process and the artistry and the channeling of art.
Yeah.
I used to do that, right? Like I can see when you were talking like, oh yeah, like it comes through me as I'm moving the mouse or I'm clicking or I'm drawing. Like I totally did that. I like don't even have the capacity to do that anymore just because I think now I'm really just speaking
You
channeling.
and, you and me
But
both, bro.
yeah, I know. It's like we evolve. But it's that. It's like nothing I create happens like while I'm sitting behind my computer. It is like about being in the play and the joy and the experimentation and in also like surrendering and letting the information flow through us. Like we are vessels, you know? And it's like I talk about this a lot and it's going to happen at Frequency Fest is like we need to clear out the vessel. It's like
Bro,
we are a
I'm like
garbage bag full of shit.
I'm
You know
like
we have
amazed at this conversation because it's like literally you're using every word that I put into this fucking speech and I'm like this is how aligned I fucking feel with it. Like let's fucking go.
but like I see it like a lint roller or a garbage bag where we collect junk and gunk and we have unhealed stuff and we haven't told our mom that we feel this way and we need to tell our sister and blah, blah, blah. Like we collect all this gunk and then it literally blocks us from receiving. And it's like the clearer I get, the easier it is for me to get ideas, receive them, and bring them to earth. Like
Yeah.
this is why this podcast is called Let's Get Weird. I didn't know why it was going to be called that. Like I got the idea and then I shared with my friends and they were like, this is literally the most you name ever. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Like
I'm like
aliens unite.
perfect.
But it's like the process of creation is such an interesting process. I think what's his face? Rick Rubin talks about this
Fucking love him.
with
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, in the creative act. Like I remember the first time I saw him talk, or maybe he was on 60 Minutes. I can't remember where I saw him. There was a podcast or something, and I was like, oh my God, this man. Like, what? Such a beautiful art. And I think that I'm curious to hear your perspective on this. I think a lot of people who have been in the online industry, whatever that means, content creation, coaching, healing, creating, are starting to recognize their spiritual gifts and connection to something much bigger than them. And like, I have goosebumps. It's like, we are building the new earth. Like, I keep getting that message. Like, we're building the new earth, new earth, like new earth leaders. And it can be anything. And there is a tidal wave of new, like, energy because we are connecting to like a higher dimension of
Yeah.
consciousness, you know?
Oh, a fucking 100%. Like, I'm gonna give you some very personal, like, shit that has been happening to me over, like, the past couple months. But, like, I started working with somebody who's fucking insanely talented with, like, just reading the body and, like, because I struggled for a long time with what is my purpose? Why? I
Mm-hmm.
know I'm here on this earth. I know I'm a creative, I'm an artist, but like what does that mean? Like I know I can help people. Like I get really happy when I help people and I make them feel good, and like if I can do that through art, cool. If not, like is it time to shift? You know what I mean? So she helped me through a lot of that, and like bro, it's still so emotional for me to like bring this up, but like she was like, your gift is joy. She's like, you bring joy to people. You show them that that is okay to feel joy in this life. She's like, up until this
Mm-hmm.
point, yeah, right? And I'm like, fuck, dude, that's like all little Shawna wanted was to make people laugh and like have fun. So it's like bringing that back around like 35 years later, it's fucking incredible to me. And then to do that as an artist and to let people see that you get to create your own life through art. Because let's be honest, like you are an artist if you're creating your own life, right? If you're
Mm,
choosing how to live your life, you are an artist. Do I think everybody's an artist? I don't think people choose to be artists, but they could be. It's that choosing to create a life that I am proud of. And I finally realized my purpose was that I can do it any way I fucking want to, but as long as I'm bringing joy into this world and showing people that a community around you is fucking beautiful. You know what I mean? Like that's my purpose. I get to choose any fucking way I want to do that. And that is an art in itself.
mm, yeah. When you were talking, I kept getting this like thing about how those of us who were super highly sensitive kids, or maybe we didn't even know it at the time, but we felt like we didn't fit in.
Yes.
And we were super attuned to energy. It's like now in adulthood when we have just listened to our intuition. That's really what it is, and like our soul calling. We're gonna find that like we are highly creative. I think the most highly sensitive people are the most highly creative.
Oh,
And
100%.
I think both of us do a really good job at like the public persona that the world sees us as is this like badass, because like that's just how we present. We
Yeah.
You and I both also have very like cosmic jokester energy, like we're kind of like
Dude, this is why I fucking
mischievous.
loved you. And like, I remember like, oh God, it may have been meant for magic the first time we went, but like, you were just so like happy and this like comes back around to the whole joy thing, but you were just so happy and funny and like wanted to make people laugh, and I'm like, I need to get to know her. Like we mirrored the fucking same energy, you know what I mean? So it's like when I see that in somebody else, I'm like, I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I think that we also um kind of tap into that humor because it's the only thing that allowed us to make sense or feel some level of okayness with how challenging our childhood was. And it's like
1000.
I deflect with humor all the fucking time. Like
Same.
it's and like some people can be like, "Oh, that's not good. You should work on." It's like, yeah, but also like that's what's made me funny. Like I say the thing that like everyone is fucking thinking, and so do you. Like we're not afraid to like lighten the room, and I think it also
No, but
is.
and here,
Go ahead.
no, and this is the thing. It's like if we didn't have our upbringing, this is where I truly believe that you cannot fuck up your life, because I mean, every fucking experience leads to something, right? The fact that we dealt with this stuff, like because I was so sensitive and I was like just a little behind the scenes. I was so sensitive because like my childhood, my parents are divorced, like they didn't get along. There was a lot of yelling, there was a lot of arguing. So I would just sit back and be quiet and I would watch and I would listen and I would observe. And that's how I got so good at reading people.
Yes.
So
Oh, I have goosebumps.
when I walk into a room, I can tell who stands where. You know what I mean? I can tell the
Yeah.
mood. And while some people see that as like, "Oh my god, you poor thing." I'm like, "That's my fucking superpower now."
Yep.
I can literally DM with somebody and I can tell exactly what their aesthetic is. I can understand what they want from a graphic. Like I can see stuff like that because I was so sensitive growing up. So it's like, did it suck? Yeah, yeah, it fucking sucked, but like it built a fucking $1 million business for me. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
every opportunity or I should say every fucking fucked up thing is an opportunity to build something off of. It's just
Yeah.
a matter of, again, how you create your own life.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's the same for me. It's just that I can see, rather than me being able to channel somebody's graphics, right, or their visuals or their brands, uh for me, it's like being able to see their path, like what is
Yeah.
going to light them up, ignite them, and I'm actually just listening to their voice. Like that's why I brought up Rick Rubin, because he, his gift is listening to musicians sing and put together songs, and just laying there with his fucking shoes off and listening to the music, right? I do the
The
same
dude's so
thing.
fucking cool.
I know he is. His beard, like everything about him, I'm like, okay, I would hang out with him. Um,
100%. Yeah, let's invite him to the
yeah,
event.
yeah, I agree. Maybe I will. That's a good idea. I'm
Just
gonna
do
have him
it.
on the
I'll go.
podcast. Rick Rubin, come on to Let's Get Weird. He's so weird. He would love this shit.
Dude, I would love to fucking sit there with him. I know, like, he's just the epitome of, like, what an artist is. Like, just
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
nuts. I love it.
Fucking hippie, but also like, yeah, just great. But it's like tuning into the subtle energies. That's what it is. Like, that's what you're
Yes.
doing. And I'm just doing that for people's voices. Like, I'm listening to them
Yeah.
talk, and it's so weird, but like, I'm hearing unresolved trauma, or I'm hearing the pain, or I'm hearing the joy, or I'm hearing the dread or the obligation. Like, I can hear it in the subtle tonality of their voice, and then I can mirror that back to them. And that is one of my biggest gifts, is like the subtle energies that I'm tuning into while they're talking. And it's for you, it's like you're tuning in to the energetics of the person, and then you're bringing that to life through visuals. And it's like, it's actually, in my opinion, like, it's like the more peaceful our personal lives get, the better we can be as artists and creatives and channels. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Dude,
that's why
I can't deal with any sort of drama. I'm like, once
no.
I'm like, my friend group is very tight. Like, my online community is like super solid. Like, I do not fucking put up with any ounce of drama because of that. I'm like, if something interrupts my brain space, I'm so sensitive that I think about it and like nonstop until it gets resolved. So
Yeah,
it's like,
same.
okay, how can I set up my life so it's like ultimate creativity vibes, right? So, and
Yeah.
that's a big part of it.
Dude, you got to come over. We'll do part two at my house, because
Fuck yeah.
I'm up at 8,000 feet elevation. And like, I think that there's something very, I don't know how to test like frequency or energy of like,
You're closer to your homeland up in the sky, you know?
oh, for
That's what it
sure.
is.
For sure. But it's like I'm surrounded by trees. I get into nature every day, multiple times a day. Like, it's so quiet up
Oh
here.
yeah.
It's just the animals, you know? The loudest thing is like a bear getting into our trash.
Oh, I love that for him.
I
He's like,
know.
you
I
just
was
let
like,
it do it.
I know. He's just trying to get a, a chicken wrapper or some shit.
Gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
I know.
That chicken be hitting.
But environment, like, the environment is key for
100%.
us. The people, our circle, like, it's so important.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. The people. I will say. I mean, I'm assuming you too. It's like a journey with people because you need people. And for a long time, I didn't think you needed anybody. And I was like, I can create on my own. I can do whatever. I can only depend on myself to get things done, right? So breaking out of that was a bitch and a half, I will say that. But when I found the right people who could listen, like what you say, your gift is people that really listen to me. So I was able to talk. I was able to process. I was able to say a lot of shit that I never said out loud, and letting that all go was beautiful. It was like something opened up where it was like, now I have these opportunities and these ties to where if I need to and I love the people around me because it's like such a mirror.
Mm,
If I need to process something, I'm like just let me voice note you what I'm going through, and you can replay it back to me like what you're hearing.
yeah.
And that for me has been fucking life changing, but it took so much letting my guard down to like find the people to do that with.
Yeah. I mean, and also, like, not everyone can do that. Not everyone can hold, like, and for lack of a better term, like hold space for that, because people will
Yeah.
not be able to be a mirror because they're projecting their own whatever, right? So actually being
Yeah,
able to
that's
be
a
a
that's a
neutral,
warning. Don't do it to just anybody. Yeah.
right?
Do it to people you trust, people that you're good with.
Yeah, yeah. And for me, that was like a lot of a lot of the group or community spaces or mastermind spaces or retreats that I went on, like it was for that. It's like it's to find the people that I knew I could like ride or die with and can send them a voice note at whatever fucking time and be like, bro, I'm fucking going through it, man. Like, please just like
Right.
mirror back to me something so simple, but I'm just in my head, or like I'm fucking overthinking this thing that's not complicated, but I'm making it complicated because I'm a human.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Or like, like honest to God, when I'm PMSing, I can't think fucking straight at all. I'm like, somebody sends me a wrong period in a text, and I'm like, bro, is she coming at me? Those moments, it's like you need somebody to like bring you back down to earth. Like Shawna, maybe like just fucking go take a nap, and you'll be fine.
I
But
know. Dude, I had one of those moments like 2 days ago where I don't even know what the fuck was going on. I think I just needed to rest. And like
yeah.
I wasn't. And
Hmm.
or I was trying to rest, but it's really hard for me to do that because I just love creating and I love
Yeah,
ideating.
when you're
And
in the
when
fucking zone on something, yeah, good fucking luck.
I know it's like, and I was just like beating myself up so hard for like not being able to like create or do anything. I was like, my brain is just gone. Like I've left my body. Like I'm not even here. Like what the fuck? And I was just having an emotional breakdown to Kurt. Like, what am I doing?
Yep.
And it's just like I also think with creativity there is the true ebbs and flows, and like I still have to work on or get to work on the ebb because I don't do well in the ebb. Like I really just don't. I
This will
have a
help you. This will help you.
teach me.
There's yeah, there's two parts to creating. There's the actual doing, which we're very fucking good at, but there's the processing that has to happen before. If
Mm,
you notice, when you get an idea, and this is what I've really listened to the past, whatever. When you get an idea and you're like, I fucking like that. I'm gonna stick with that. Let it land first before you start doing, because in a week's time, if you get the idea and you let it build on itself, it's going to be something completely different and like 10 times more advanced, as if you would have just acted on it right that second, right? Like, and
mm,
some people can do that. That's not like advice for like every single idea that you get, but like if it's big,
yeah,
like this speech that I'm going to do, right? It started off something completely different because I was in the zone of like, I have to get this done. I have to write this speech. And I was like, I got halfway through it. I was like, fuck this shit, dude. I was like, what is coming through to me? And so it's like a 4-part speech, right? But every part came at separate times because I was like, I have to allow this to come in. I have
yeah,
to let this land. I have to be able to edit and go through it the way that I want to make sure the message that I want to tell is putting out, right? So remember the processing.
yeah,
If it feels sticky, if it feels heavy, if it feels like you want to move but you can't quite yet, back the fuck off. Let it
yeah.
land.
That's what I got to work on that because I think I try to force sometimes the creative process. Not always, but sometimes when I'm excited about it and I'm like, oh my God, I want to bring this, I want to get this.
Right.
And it's like kind of like, I guess a good example of this where I am listening to that and allowing the timeline to be the timeline is my book. Because a book is a huge project and I have so many
Yeah.
stories, and I've been actually sitting with this idea for almost 3 years, and I've gotten a lot more clarity even in the past like few months. Like I've gotten so many hits. I'm like, oh, okay. So now it's like starting to build, and just trusting the timeline of that. And I think I just get,
Yeah,
I
because
think
you're
it's honestly
allowing it.
excitement. It's like, I'm like, ah, but
Yeah,
learning
and
how to,
that's like normal, right? You
yeah,
get like a cool idea and you're like, I want to act on it now. What can I do now? And that's like my builder phase. Like, what can I do now? Because I want to get shit done. And it's like sometimes you can't do that right away. You
yeah.
have to let the house sit.
Let it marinate a little before you put the chicken in the crock pot.
Exactly, baby. Exactly.
You want it to taste real juicy? You gotta marinate it.
I love that this is the second time. Are we hungry? This is the second time chicken has been brought up.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, I did have breakfast, but I can pretty much
I
always
mean,
eat,
I
you
can
know?
always, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, same.
So say
Love
we do
it.
this again, part two. We should eat while we podcast. What are we gonna eat?
Oh my God, I don't know. I actually eat food now, so this will be fun.
What do you mean you actually eat food? Did you go through a phase of not eating?
There was like the past year, I was only doing like protein bars. You remember this? Like at
No?
every event that we ever went to, I was only eating protein bars. Yeah, yeah.
Girl, how was
So
your
now
gut?
I hired a. I didn't shit. Like
Yeah,
my dad
what?
didn't poop.
Because there's like
I didn't
20
poop.
grams of
But
fiber in those things and like all the sweeteners that like make your gut like backed up and you just end up having like a baby but full of shit.
yeah, yeah, I was not healthy in the least bit, which I thought I was. I thought I was doing something so grand. I was like, because I lost a lot of weight doing it, and I
Yeah.
was like, that's another story for another time. But
Well, that's
I hired a
interesting.
nutritionist,
Yeah. And she
and now I
helped
eat.
you?
So, oh
Good.
my God, yeah, dude, I gained 7 pounds of fucking pure muscle in the last like 7 months, just
That's
doing
gr-
wellness.
that's pretty solid. Like a pound
It's
per
like
month is probably actually like mostly muscle.
dude, that's yeah. It's like I got it like an in body broken down, and it was
Yeah.
like fucking muscle, and like 2 pounds of fat. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, let's
Yeah, that's
fucking go.
great. You
This is
know,
something else we could talk about too. Is like our physical shit, because like I think that's a huge part of creation too. Is like
oh my,
enabling the physical body to do stuff. Um,
yes. No,
yeah,
it so is.
yeah.
I
Because I know
mean,
you do like fucking marathons. Yeah,
I did an ultra marathon last year. That was my
I
first.
love that you do. I just did an ultramarathon.
I mean, I want it to be approachable to people. I think people think it's an impossible thing. And here's what I've learned through ultramarathoning that the body can tolerate way more than you think it can. Your mind is weak as fuck, and your body will far outrun and outlift your mind every time, 100% of the time. And also, the thing with ultramarathons, especially when you're getting into like big distances, like 100-mile races, which I have not done, the only goal of an 100-mile race is to finish it. Unless you're an elite athlete and that's like all you're doing is running ultramarathons, your only goal is to finish. And what it taught me is to pace myself. It's actually been one of the biggest metaphors for the entrepreneurial, creative, whatever journey, because I was such a sprinter. Like literally I was a sprinter like in college. Like I just loved sprinting. Um and it was such a like mirror for my life. You know, I would just go so hard and I would try to sprint a marathon. Like literally. You burn out, you know? So it taught me to pace myself. And the cool thing about ultra
Yeah,
marathons is a lot of people walk part of the marathon. Like they're not running the whole time. And I thought that people would be running the whole time because that's kind of like what it's perceived as. You know, like everyone's just running all these crazy amount of miles and never stopping. So I was terrified.
yeah,
And then I did it and I saw people walking and I was like, "Oh my God." Like not just like a few people, but like everyone. I was like, "Oh, interesting. You hike the uphill
yeah.
and you run the downhill in the flats." And I was like, isn't that a fucking metaphor for entrepreneurship? Is when shit gets really fucking hard, take your time. Like, stop trying to sprint when you don't have the momentum. But when you're riding, ride that fucking wave, baby. Like, ride that momentum. And yeah, so that really did teach me a lot about pace and long
Yep.
game. But it also taught me a lot about the importance of moving my body, like pretty much every day in some capacity, and pushing my body because that's where I'm the most powerful, the clearest, and have the best everything in my life. Like I need to physically push my body. And I know you're the same. I think all powerful creatives, not everyone has that, but like the more connected to your body you are, the more powerful and the clearer you are for sure.
100%. 100%. Fucking love it. And I
And
love
food
the way
too.
that life just like. And food. Food was a big learner for me. I had to I won't say I struggled through it, but it was a definite like letting my walls down and let somebody else who knows their shit take control. And I don't really like to let people do that, but we did it. We fucking did it.
Dude, no, that's so good. Like honestly, like commending you. I totally get that. It's also really hard to like, yeah, let your body just do its thing. Like when we want to control it and make it look a certain way, and we are women, and like
Oh,
that's
well,
just like
yeah.
a thing.
Yeah, and like body, yeah, truly, like, and being a female too, like, there's so much fucking pressure of like looking a certain way, and for me, it was like, I know if I eventually want to get on stage, I have to not worry about the physical, so I can present a message that comes straight from something else. I don't want to get on stage and worry about if I look fat in front of everybody. So I was like,
Yep.
we got to take care of that fucking now, right? So that was why I initially started the whole process, because I knew, I was like, if I'm going to be in front of people, I want to be comfortable, I want to be confident, I want my vessel to be boom, fucking
Yep.
power, right? So,
Yep.
but the problem with that is that I have insane body dysmorphia from years of bodybuilding and just being the fat kid growing up. So it's like, I don't honestly know if I'll ever be at a point where I'm like, yeah, 100% yeah. And that's like my battle that I have to fight, right? Just because that's like
Yeah.
ingrained in my fucking body that like, and I'm not going to say it's never going to leave. I'm just saying it's going to be a tough one to overcome. So part of my battle right now is like, I want to be healthy and I want my body to operate the way that it's supposed to. That means all my organs are well taken care of. I am eating enough calories. I'm taking as many steps as I need to a day to keep my body active. And then I like fucking love powerlifting. So I'm like, I'm going to fucking powerlift. Right?
Sure.
So it's like
Yeah.
all these things. And then I've kind of like slowly realized that I'm like, it's not so much anymore about like people looking at me and approving me. That was another
Yeah.
big thing that I released over the past 6 months was like this validation that I needed from other people in terms of my body, in terms of the message that I'm going to deliver, in terms of just who I am as a creative. I don't fucking need anybody's validation, right? Like I get to present whoever I want to be to the world because I'm creating my own life and I
Mm,
will not stand for anything less than that, right? So there's so much going into this, but like I know you get
yeah.
it because you've been through the same shit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I went through so much body dysmorphia when I probably had four visible abs and I still didn't think that was like fit enough, you
Yeah,
know? And
yeah,
it's like, it's crazy how I look back on photos of myself when I was absolutely shredded. I mean, I was living in fear and I was tracking every single calorie obsessively, and I could not go a minute of my day without thinking about food. Um,
yeah,
and not trusting myself with food and feeling like I was going to lose control of food or all of that. And though I may have looked the most fit I've ever looked, I was so internally like unhealthy. And then now being at the place that I'm at, which I think that I think that all women have some level of body dysmorphia, because I don't actually think we can truly see ourselves objectively ever. Like I just don't, because we have so like it's like we have glasses on that are shaped by like what we've been conditioned, what we've been read in the magazines, what we've been told is beautiful, what we've seen growing up, like all of that. And so I don't think we'll ever truly see our own beauty and like just how we actually are, and not just even physically,
yeah.
but just our personalities, just everything. Like I don't know, maybe when we all die, like we get to see that would be a really cool like surprise if like, you
Oh,
know,
I bet. Oh
we
my
get
god,
to
can you
the
imagine?
we get to the pearly gates and it's like we actually finally see ourselves. Like holy shit, man, that would be fucking
Yeah, and
so
just like
cool.
and to like think about it, like our bodies are fucking nothing. You know
I
what I
know
mean? Like
it's not
the
important.
shit in our not saying yeah, like in the big fucking scope of things, our bodies are fucking meat suits, and I
Yeah,
fucking hate that word because it's so disgusting to me. But it's
let's
true.
come up with a
It's
new
fucking
one.
true. Like the shit. What do you want? Like, do it. Go.
I,
Meat suits.
um I don't know. It's just I hate that word too. So I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
sounds like you're
Maybe
going to a deli, which
A deli? Just wrap me in mortadella.
Yeah, I don't. Ugh, God, I don't. There's something. This is a fun fact about Shauna, but like raw meat, I can't.
Oh.
Like I can cook it, but that's about it. Like if you take me to a fucking deli, I'm gonna lose my shit if I have to look at everything through that little window. It's
It,
like,
yeah,
oh,
there's a level of disturbance. I agree. Um, but yeah, going back to the scene thing, I mean, yeah, I probably I don't know. I think the last like 2 years I've really focused on how I look and feel from a place of knowing that I need to focus on that for the mission. Like that's just like what it's just part of it, when you're in the spotlight, like
yes,
you need to take care of yourself. Like you
yep,
at the end of the day, that whether this is it's just what it is, like psychologically, like we don't respect or listen to people who do not take care of themselves, and it's just what it is. So if you're going to be a leader and an
no,
authority figure and a voice, then yeah, you need to fucking take care of yourself, like period. And
100,000%.
like it's part of the reason why I run, it's part of the reason why I'm always outside, it's part of the reason why I try to eat like 80 to 90% whole foods. It's like because I know the impact that it's going to have on my work. Like I know that I'm not going to be able to do my work. I know that I'm not going to be able to show up for the fucking message and mission that's being like asked to be coming through me. So, yeah, I feel like it's my obligation to take care of myself. It's like part of my job. And like
Yes,
right now, you're talking about like food and stuff right now for you, and right now for me it's actually my skin and my hair is like the journey I'm going on because okay, one of two things. Since I was like 10 years old, whenever I get stressed out, I rip my hair out. It's like the worst habit that any woman could ever have. It's awful. Like, I wish I did something else that was not like visible and impacted my
right,
beauty. It's like, I think
right.
it's like an OCD thing. I don't even fucking know. But I'm trying to get to the root of that and heal that and stop that because I'm like, I want my hair to look nice. Like when I'm on stage, like
Well,
I've like,
right.
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, do I get like a wig? Like what the fuck do I do here? And then my skin, I have struggled with, um, just like either acne or a variety of skin things that you just feel insecure when you have a fucking giant ass zit on your face. Like there's no way around it.
Yeah.
And like I've gone through so many different like treatments or things, and I'm like, I know that I can fucking heal this. Like I know that I can, and I'm like, oh God, I'm just in this phase right now of like, for me, that's the thing that I'm like, okay, I'm up leveling my hair and my skin because that like emits beauty and radiance, and I want my message to be embodied on an even deeper level. You know what I mean? So
Right. Right.
yeah, it's just like I think these are the things that like so many people who are in the spotlight think about, but maybe never talk about.
Yeah, I agree. Like I always think of like celebrities, right? Like we just think they're picture perfect, but like can you imagine the behind the scenes of like if they get a fucking zit, they have like 20 people to help them do it, right? So it's like as we're building up to that level, it's like we got to do this shit on our, which is really funny you're bringing up skin issues by the way because like let me tell you about my last month. So I got a sty in this eye. I've never had any fucking skin problems before. Got a sty in this eye, took 2.5 weeks to heal. I had makeup on for maybe like 2 days, and I was like, oh, so fucking excited. Got a sty in the other eye.
Oh my
So this
God.
one, I still have like medicine on it. You can see a little bit, but like it's finally healing. And then I get poison ivy all over my fucking face. You can see it over here, all over my arm, all over my shit. So the past month has been I haven't done any online video shit because I'm like I can't show up like that. And
Wait.
that may sound like egotistical, but I'm like
No, no, no. It's not
and you know
egotistical.
what the message was?
What?
No, well, yeah, I know. But like the message was that one I needed to clarify my message and they didn't want me to I say they, like my guides, they were like
Yeah.
don't show up until you know what the fuck you're talking about first of all. And then second, it was a collective thing. They're like nobody's going to receive your message if you do it right now, so don't fucking do it. Can you believe that?
Wow.
So it's like sometimes this shit isn't even our own. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
maybe,
Sometimes maybe it is like an invitation for you to like slow the fuck down and like not be on camera for a second.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
Because I was like gung ho about like, yeah. And it's like, wow, okay, like, and this is my thing too. It's like whenever shit happens like this, it's like, what can I take from the situation? And this helps me like process it a little bit, other than
Yeah.
just like crying in my room saying I look like a cyclops because that's what was going on. Uh, I'm like, okay, like this is happening, obviously, right? But like, what can I learn from this? What can I take from this? And like, it's about that journey again. Like, so the fact that you're bringing this up and you're talking about it and you're like, I struggle with this. The moment that you stop struggling and you get clarity and you overcome this obstacle, that's another fucking point you can touch on to other people, right? So it's
Totally.
like, this shit sucks, but like while we're in this position, I think we deal with a lot of things that aren't necessarily like, I don't want to say not ours, but it's like shit that's just given to us because we need to teach other people about it, right?
Yep. Yep. I 100% agree. I think that a lot of the listeners of my show have struggled with their weight, their appearance, the way that they show up, and then also just being very critical or judgmental of parts of themselves, you know? And that's been my journey too. Like so much self-criticism and judgment and self-sabotage and like, you know, that's just like how it was growing up. You know, I distinctly remember, and I think this is probably maybe what triggered the hair thing is um I've had like I had my dad and one of my best friends make a comment about my hair when I was a kid. I remember it so vividly. And like they kind of were like making fun of me and I don't remember the exact details, but I remember feeling like, "Oh my god, I need my hair to be perfect." Like I don't want people to criticize me. And so I think that triggered there's actually like a clinical diagnosis for like hair pulling. It's called like trichotillomania. It's like a really long ass fucking word, but it's triggered typically by it can be classified as like an OCD or like a body repetitive behavior or whatever, but it's often triggered by some sort of either a trauma or like a micro trauma or like not feeling seen or high levels of criticism or judgment as a child. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, this belief system has been festering in my fucking life for 2 decades. Like, what? And so I went to like, I did, what did I forget. I saw some specialist about it like 5 years ago and she tried to help me and it didn't really like it helped and then it didn't help and I'm like no, I have to go to the root cause. Like I need to go to the root belief and the root belief is my hair needs to be perfect or else something bad's going to happen, like or else I'm going to get made fun of. And so I had this huge fucking insecurity around it, so I'm like healing that now because I'm like I need to have hair when I go on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right?
I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
like,
And
what?
don't like there's no fucking shame either. Like I wear extensions all the time. Like you know what I mean? Like if there
Yeah,
is shit that can help you feel better about yourself, fucking do it. Wear extensions. Who gives a
for sure.
fucking shit? Nobody
Yeah,
even needs to know they're extensions. So like but I was like I used to think like in terms of like womanly beauty and I'm like it all needs to be natural. Like if it's not my hair, I'm not gonna wear it. And I'm like fuck that shit. If I want my hair to be longer for a week, I'm gonna wear extensions. Like if it
oh
makes
my
me feel
God.
better, why
Yes.
would I not?
Yes. There's this girl, we have to wrap it up because I have another call. There's this girl that I follow. Oh my God, she literally is the first person on my fucking newsfeed. Okay, I'm gonna tell you her name. She is a girl on OnlyFans, okay? And she has an Instagram profile.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I don't know her full name because like her name is not on her. Oh, Ari is her name. And she has
Smart.
everything fake under the sun, okay? But she talks openly about how nothing about her is real and how everyone thinks that everything is
Yeah.
real and that she's beautiful, but she's like I get it and thank you, but nothing about me is natural. Like I have a fake nose, I have lip filler, I have hair extensions, I have liposuction in my stomach, I have a jawline lift, I have a face thing, I have a boob job. She's like nothing about this is real. And you guys all think it's real, but it's not. And it was though we don't need to go to those extremes, unless you want to. It was so refreshing to just see someone fucking own that and be like, yeah, nothing about me is fucking real and I don't give a shit, you know? And I'm like, I was like, that is so baller.
Yeah,
Like, I love
it's
that
so
so
like
much. Do you know what I mean?
that's fucking amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I love when people own their shit, but also it gets a level of like, yes, I look like this, but naturally it's probably unattainable, right? So it's like
Totally.
this thing of
Totally.
like being so brutally honest, but it's also like lets you know like, hey, like don't compare yourself to me
Yeah.
because like I've had all of this done to like
Yeah.
come out of the womb like that will never fucking happen, right?
Literally.
Okay,
Well,
got it.
okay,
Thank you.
but going back to the extensions, I had extensions once, loved them. But because my hair's short
Yeah.
and I want to keep it short, I'm trying to find like extensions that I really like and that don't like get complicated. So you have to send me your info because I'm like, I don't know, I'm open to hearing all the
Bro,
options for
I just
extensions.
get them on Amazon.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, that's not.
Mine are cheap as fuck. I get new ones. Yeah, yeah. I get new ones every month because they get like all red. Dude, this is so. I'm such a fucking weird human. Like, I love having long hair in the gym so I can look hot and sweaty and like swap it around in the mirror and like in front of all the boys. I'm like, oh, you like this long hair and muscles, you little slut? No. But like, so they get sweaty and tangled, and I'm like, I have to get new ones like every month because of that. I have no
Oh,
voice
you
at the
little
gym. Looks
slut.
like, come on.
Dude, oh my God. It's so fucking funny. Okay, I want to wrap this up. I mean, I don't want to wrap this up. I feel like I could talk to you for fucking 3 hours, but unfortunately
Yeah,
we
we're
can't do
gonna
that.
do a part
But
like 2, 3, 4, or 5. It's fine.
yeah. We'll do for sure part two. And we should do it in person. Are you gonna be in Colorado anytime soon?
I can be in Colorado sometime
Ooh.
soon, so you just let
Okay,
me know.
cool. Well, you're definitely gonna come on my stage next year in August. So Frequency
Yes,
Fest, motherfuckers.
I
It's gonna be
love
a
it. Oh
blast.
my god.
I know.
Fuck yeah, let's
Um,
do it.
I'm so glad we did this. This was so fun. And honestly, I love when I get like little telepathic messages that are like, have this person on your show. And I'm like, why? And then they're like, just don't ask questions. And here we are.
That sounds like me. I'm like, who the fuck do you want me to interview? Like, what the fuck?
Oh my God. I love it. Well, thanks, Shauna, for
I love
being
it. I
so
had so
real
much
and
fun.
weird.
It was a blast. Thank you.
Yes.
Always. I don't know if I could ever stop that, you know?
I know. That's why you're here, you know? We got to get weird together
Love
and
it.
bring on more of the, expose the weirdos, you know?
Yes. Oh my god. Are you still doing Meant for Magic?
Nope. I'm donezo, baby.
Yeah,
Are
me
you?
neither. Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can talk about that some other time, but cool. Are you doing any other kind of shit like traveling, doing anything?
I'm hosting an event on Lionsgate of this year. Um, it's going to be a live podcast with my friend Christine in Colorado. And then we're going to do a
Hell yeah.
weekend. You should come if you're free. I'll send you info. We're going to do a whole fucking like
Send me
fun
info.
fun
Yeah.
ass weekend. You would fucking love it, bro. My God.
You would fucking love it. Oh my god. Yeah, send me details. Also, if you have anything about next year too, let me know that because I'll put that on my schedule just to block
Yeah.
it off. Um,
Yeah, that's a cue for me to have Megan help me get that together because I'm like, oh my God. It's like such a big
yeah, 'cause I'm like,
project.
it's like event shit like this. I'm like, I feel like my life is about to like really pop off after like October of this year, and I'm like, I feel like I might need to like get an assistant to like manage my schedule. So like, I'm trying to keep my
Yeah.
shit together
Yeah.
before all that happens. So we'll see.
Yeah, girl. Having a right hand is really, really amazing, especially when you're the visionary, you know?
Yeah, I'm just like, I can't do all this boring shit anymore.
Yeah. And that's somebody else's like wet dream, you know?
Right? Right? I'm like, yeah, you schedule that shit, you little horny slut. Get in there. You do it. You're
Girl.
horny for my Excel? I'll take it. Take it, baby.
Bro, you're hilarious. Okay. I love you. We're going to wrap this
Okay,
up.
I love you. I know you
Thank
gotta
you for
go, but
being here. You're the best. And yeah, we'll have you on part 2 and
love you, baby.
I'll text you.
All right, cool. Bye.
Bye.